time to get hench because we're into the flex rounds. These are the games where some people are going to be very, very disappointed. Some people are going to be very, very elated. Can't wait for that. So it is going to be PSG versus TBD. And just to tell you why this game is important, PSG have got to win to keep their tournament hopes alive. It's not win and you're through. It's just win to stay in it. And they've got to take on TBD, who haven't had a great day at the office, but they're going to want to get a win under their belt, prove something. They've come a long way. They're trying to make a name for themselves. So let's take a look at the TBD lineup.
Vault, São Paulo, Brazil. Firefox D, Porto Alegre, from Brazil.
Noisy, São Paulo, Brazil.
So there you go. We've been talking about, you know, South American Rocket League, coming to a big tournament, getting our first tournament, you know, experience under your belt. Hugely important for the development of this team, guys.
Absolutely. I mean, these Brazilians coming out here. Again, we've touched on it, how, you know, Firefox and Noisy on the same team, Vault filling in. The first thing we ever saw from them was we went over to the G2 game, they were up 4-0.
So yeah, that was pretty great.
Great introduction.
That was pretty great.
So these guys, this is invaluable. We saw it with the Oceanic region coming in, getting chances. Now, same thing for these South American guys. I'm loving what I'm seeing from them, and it's a learning experience for them, for sure.
For sure, and you expect to see when they go back to South America and play against other people, they take a lot from this, and they really develop how they play over there, and they learn a lot, and then they tend to be the teams that will trend towards the top, which is already helpful, because they're already over at the top, so they kind of just get to chill at the top.
Yeah, well, PSG, we introduced them as one of the most resilient teams in the tournament. Let's just remind you about their lineup.
Ferrat, Paris, France. Chaussette, Orléans, France.
Fruity, Viborg, Denmark.
Deep voice, love that booming bass there. Nearly blew my eardrums out.
Level 50 boss.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, he is a man's man, no doubt about it. But let me tell you, they've been one of the most resilient teams, you know, battled their way through qualifiers, came to the lower bracket. They're battling away here now. They've got this game against TPD. They're going to have to battle some more. That's just to have a chance of making it today, too. So can they do it, guys?
I think so. I became a believer in that G2 series. I love PSG. I'm looking for them to make day 2.
I actually expect PSG, if they want to make day 2, they came in hot, they can do it.
Right, guys, we're going to get into the game. Wave, Punk, and Lawler, take us this one. A must-win for PSG, guys.
Cool.
All right, good job.
TBD here, playing for history. This is a historic matchup. TBD on from South America, one of the first times ever a South American team has been featured at a Rocket League premier event. Not much on the line for the tournament in their eyes, but this is still a very important moment. But Shawsett gonna start things off. PSG looking for that win.
Great attack already. It's just unfortunate for Vault. He has the right idea. He's off that wall. He's trying to play it out and lead his teammate to it, but the difficulty is he puts it too far away. Needs to do it a little bit softer. Ends up throwing possession over to PSG, and you know what they do with it? They slam it on home. Only 34 seconds in, PSG and Shawsett get on the board.
PSG right now at 1-2. G2 also at 1-2, looking for that third place spot. The thing is, right now, second place held by TSM. If G2 and PSG were to win these next 2 matches, we'd have 3 teams tied at 2-2, and we go to game differential as the first tiebreaker. So much left to be determined here in Group A. We'll see who's able to emerge victorious. TBD playing for pride for their nation. A nice pass there, looking for the goal. Firefox, Noisy, and Vault. Noisy is just one of my favorite gamer tags in general. I've heard like Noisy Boy and stuff from other people, other places. I think it's a great gamer tag.
Pretty solid, obviously. I like the punchiness of Vault myself.
Yeah. Also, Firefox.
A little edgy, no you in there.
Firefox looks a lot like Farah. Am I the only one that thinks that? Let us know in chat.
I mean, it looks like a web browser, but yeah.
Hey, that's a pretty bad joke. 3:28 left on the clock. PSG currently up by 1. As Farah looks for the back pass. Or the shot, rather. Getting the size of the field mixed up. It's been a long day.
Now, the few times we have tuned in to boost deniers, pass plays have been there. They've been able to find each other. Dribbles apparently coming out as well, but the difficulty is their shots have not been on target. A lot of the times they're either hitting too close on the outside, or they just haven't been able to get the follow-up off the backboard. Unfortunate for them, but a lot of experience coming through. This is their last match. See if they can find something. As PSG, like we have mentioned, kind of do or die for them. They have to get this win to keep themselves alive in this tournament.
We've seen moments of brilliance from TBD throughout the day. This is their time. This is their spotlight to show us what they're made of. Farah here at midfield. Played across Firefox with the interception. Now Fruity up. Challenged by Vault. It goes off to the side. It'll be Noisy in. Sending the shot down. Vault and Firefox in the back. It'll be Vault who's up first. Firefox looking out of the corner for the transitional touch. Now Farah up to Fruity. Dropping down and looking for the double tap. Doesn't find it. The defense is there. Firefox gets it away on the rebound.
TBD needs to be careful, though. That's two players going up for the same save. Either have one on the backboard already or make sure that you're only committing one. Because if there's another follow-up touch after that, that shot is a little bit more dangerous. You guys are putting yourself in a pretty tough predicament.
Firefox trying to push through, but Shawset's there. Now Vault with a shot. Farah with the clear. Noisy on the wall. Uncontested. Looking for ceiling play. Gets it over the top of one. Out to his teammate, but Shawset's got it there out of the goal. And Vault has to stall the transition. Pass two now. Looking for a midfield boost and a contest. Teammate jumps in to help. Firefox takes a shot. Shawset gets the save. Vault now back into the corner. Just TBD, keep on trying. Keep this press on. It's Noisy against Shawset, back down into the corner. They've isolated the ball in the orange half for a while, but Farah takes it onto his own shoulders, goes high with the air dribble, and gets it into the blue. Shawset out. Firefox across. Farah running out of boost just barely, leaving this one wide open. Fruity up to Farah now. Still low on boost. Just looking to be a nuisance in the enemy half. Shawset gets the pass. 1 minute remaining here. The first game, PSG still up by 1.
Someone PSG has had resilience. They've had to battle it out, obviously back and forth. You're starting to see a lot of aggressive play coming from them too, a lot of bumps and demos. Usually Fruity, the one who calls for those, tells them, hey, we need more or less. Seems like they're gonna try to work it in and try to just remove it, give themselves an easy target, but so far, TBD doing a pretty good job of matching them in pace and in style. Even though they're getting bumped and aggressive, they've been able to recover quite well. There's another shot in a dangerous spot, saved and pushed away by TBD. Still able to play into 0-second time with 25 seconds left.
Absolutely, keeping this at 1 goal is critical. TBD could possibly pull off the buzzer beater. It's Noisy, pass one. Vault puts it high. Now Farah across. Back in, defense there, but here comes Fruity. One more shot, Vault gets the save. Noisy off the respawn, he'll have 35 boosts. Isn't enough for them to get down the field. It's Vault and Firefox keeping this one alive, keeping it all the way down. The pass across, Firefox gets it up. Where is Noisy? He's got to fall back and just try to keep it in the air. He was hoping for the pass to go a little bit more his way. A valiant effort from TBD there at the end of regulation, but PSG takes game 1.
Yep, early goal coming out. It's the only one on the board. Shawset with his shot off the rebound. Just one mistake was all it took. Just pretty clean Rocket League otherwise. Obviously the aggression, like I mentioned, bumps and demos. But Noisy seems to be the one receiving most of it, and he's recovering quite well from it as well. There's a couple times in their own corner when they're up on offense, he's getting bumped out of the play, he recovers, and still gets involved afterwards. Difficulty, though, is making a whole lot of saves, 2 apiece from everybody on the team. Just no aggression, or no shots really threatening on target.
It really did keep them in the game, though. They were able to keep that goal, that lead at just 1 for PSG, which gives them the opportunity for any sort of fluke plays. We've seen a few crazy pinch goals out of your own corner today, so TBD maybe praying for some of those. And also giving themselves some good opportunities up on offense. Their defense kept them strong and kept them in that game down to the last second, but they're going to have to find a way to score if they want to be PSG.
Yeah, difficult thing to do. Obviously, a lot of it has to do with maintaining possession. I think Vault was the first one that I saw go for a dribble. That's a good way to do it. I mentioned it when they were seeing the other games going too, is the ability to maintain possession, whether it be offense or defense. You even see it from Cloud9 when they're up and they're just trying to kill time. By holding that possession, it is forcing someone to come in and make a challenge. Now, if they use that to their advantage, force 50-50 and follow it up well, which they generally do quite well. They follow in pursuit relatively good fashion. So if they can find a way to do that, maintain that possession just a little bit longer, force PSG out of position in some way, maybe work in a couple demos and show PSG how it's done, might give themselves a chance to play spoiler here.
PSG's not interested in being spoiled. They keep the pressure on. Played it all through game number 1. Vault now onto the backboard. Here comes Noisy looking for the shot, but couldn't quite find it. Now Farah down the field. Close proximity is Fruity. Onto the backboard, looking for the goalie. Finds him. Vault's gone. Shawset in, but nice plays from Noisy. Bait in Shawset, and the ball goes underneath. Give time for his teammate to respawn. The first minute will come and go quietly here. It's fair airborne, looking for Fruity. He's got a lot of boost to work with here, and a teammate advancing as well. Just takes the shot himself. Firefox gets the save, but here comes the follow from Shawset. Can he get this challenge? Actually just backs off and allows Fair to move in.
Right idea, though, by Noisy. No boost, doesn't have anything to do with it. Rather than just throwing away possession, he at least tries a dribble, gets a flick out of it. Not the strongest thing, ends up getting challenged by Fair, but that does force Fair to come up sooner than he probably would like. So step in the right direction, see if they can maintain it.
Off the wall, a miss and a shot. PSG going to be the first on the board. Shawset able to pick up on the mistake on the wall from TBD, and that's PSG with the lead again.
Now, in case you guys are just joining us, showing you the standings of Group A, the big one to pay attention to. NRG undefeated. We saw them go against TSM in game number 1. It was a nail-biter all the way, a 7 and like 22-second overtime. Obviously, they're in second. Looking at Group E here, obviously, we're trying to finish and close this one out. A lot on the line as well, as PSG fighting to stay alive in the Group A. And then for the last match of the day, it is going to be TSM versus G2. Possible three-way tiebreaker coming down to game differential. So a lot on the line. Appreciate you guys being here with us. Still a whole lot of action to come with.
2 decisive Group A matches. This being the first one, and then a TSM G2 match. A nice shot from Fruity, defended by Vault. Fair is airborne. No one's really in a good position to challenge him. He gets another shot off, and the defense holds.
Good control by Fair as well. Not much boost, but feathering it all the way, just enough to make sure he's reaching the ball. But because of that, it hits a little bit soft.
Oh.
The shot from Shawset thrown away. The follow-up there from PSG, unfortunately, a little bit light, a little bit too far, but the aggression holds on.
Vault is doing some excellent work in net to keep TBD in this game. But all the defense in the world won't win it. They have to find a way to get down the field, put one in the net. Transitioning into midfield's not been the hard part for TBD. It's been getting that ball in front of the box at all, giving themselves opportunities to shoot. Right now, PSG is creeping further and further into the blue with their rotation, shutting down every attempt to transition from TBD. Shawset nearly finds the shot. Now out. Back into the blue, here's Fruity. Back across the box, Farah lurking. Just watching them, and here comes all 3 players from TBD. There's Fruity past him. Shawset on the wall. Nobody there. Sends the shot. Noisy will get the save, but can they have the follow-up? Dropping it back down to Farah, into the corner once more. Fruity hanging all the way in the back, happy with his 1-goal lead.
Just too many times you talk about it, not able to get it in front of the box. They bring it downfield, they get a transition into the middle, but then there's someone for PSG to shut it down, and they need that extra time to get boosted on their own half, because as PSG slowly moves up, you're starting to see more risky plays from TBD. They have to break out of their own half to get some boost, because otherwise they can't make the saves. This time they get beat on a counterattack. PSG looking strong, though. They're just slowly dwindling this team down.
Fruity recognizing a weakness that TBD's shown a few times this game, of realizing they have a chance to counterattack. There's only 1 player back, and all 3 players move up at the same time. Fruity finds an excellent read near the ceiling, and that 1 touch gave Farah the ball with nobody in front of them. 2-goal lead now for PSG, and 1 goal was enough to win game 1. Right now, boys from South America yet to score. PSG. Fruity sends another one. This one just off the crossbar. Noisy's up to intercept, but he's not going to get much contact. Shawset puts it back into the corner.
I just don't know if it's the lack of boost, but the ability to backflip out of an aerial and then still go up for it afterwards and be the first one there, that's a problem. Someone on TBD needs to go up and challenge that, and I just don't know if it is a lack of boost or just not comfortable going up against that 50-50, because in that circumstance, yeah, you are going to have a kill right in front of your net, but at least it buys some of your team time.
Here comes Fruity, dropping it down. There's Farah's shot, blocked by Firefox and Noisy. Shawset doing his best. Farah now back, Fruity, more pressure. 17 seconds left, up by 2, PSG looking firmly in control of the match. Which is just gonna make things all the more exciting in G2 versus TSM. So we could easily have 3 teams end at 2-2. Another one goes in right at the end here for Shawset. 3-0 PSG.
Just another clean play up at the corner. Instead of going for the direct route, he delays it a little bit. Allows him to get a sharper angle, but doesn't even need the help from his team. He puts it on target. PSG going rather direct with their plays, not really needing infield pass plays to get it done here. But if they were to manage to work that in, we could see a whole different story as 0 seconds hits the clock. Unfortunately for TBD, that is going to spell it for them for now, as PSG now 1 away from taking the series.
1 away from taking the series and keeping their hopes alive here in this group. My goodness, TBD, the thing for the boys from Brazil, they have to find a goal, which I know sounds obvious, but like right now they have been shut out 2 games in a row. 1 goal could give them the confidence to completely swing this around. They just need to find a way to break through PSG 1 time.
Well, it is a situation for PSG here, obviously trying to keep their hopes alive. Being a 3-0 sweep would be absolutely fantastic, but we're going to take a quick break, get a quick word from our sponsors, and see if it happens, if TBD can get the reverse sweep over PSG. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. More Rocket League coming up soon.
One game away from securing a chance to play tomorrow. They've already got 2 wins in the book. They just need 1 more, but Before we finish that match, we want to take a look at our bracket for tomorrow. We've already got some teams confirmed. You can see NRG and Flipside. They've confirmed the #1 spots of their respective groups, so they get the bye into the semifinals. Cloud9 and Dignitas, they have also confirmed their spots in the quarterfinals. It's those last 2 spots we've got to fill in. Is it PSG, G2, TSM? Those are the 3. Yeah. Only 2 can make it.
It's going to be an uphill battle for some of these teams, but exciting Rocket League nonetheless. Can't wait. But about 5 seconds or so until we get into the game. Obviously, we're going to finish this out up to PSG. Can they close out this series and give themselves a chance to play in day number 2? As for TBD, a reverse sweep needed, and spoiler if they get it.
Keys to watch here. TBD scoring at any point could be the beginning of a turnaround for them. PSG, they would love to finish this one off in the complete shutout. Competitive Rocket League is actually exceedingly rare to have a team completely shut out the other team. In RLCS history, it's happened 1 time. Well, if they were able to pull this one off here, PSG, they're making quite a statement.
Do you remember who that was? I think it was Denial.
Denial got beat by NRG, I believe. Or no.
Pretty sure it's Denial. I know
Denial
that.
did it. Are you sure? You know, I'm not proven. I know. Let's move on. Who's in Season 3 at some point? I'm sure chat's lighting us up about it already. First minute's going to come and go quietly here. So PSG had found ways to score pretty early on in games 1 and 2. And here, not quite. Now an opportunity to score. Fruity tried. Couldn't make it happen. Vault down the field. This one, I believe, is on target, but Shawset will get it away. Now back in. Another attempt. Firefox tries. Shawset gets it through 1. Vaults up. Farah, long way down the field. Very solid clear all the way into the corner. Going to give them definitely an opportunity here. A hit past 1, but Farah now into the corner, and the bump on the rotation. Noisy has to move in quickly, and there's Firefox trying to take a shot, but it's just wide. Cleared back in the counter direction by Fruity, forcing the rotation to adjust.
Not only does he get the clear, but he also gets the boost along with it. Allows him to kind of poise up in midfield here. Trying to see if they can maintain some offense. Probably the longest sustained offense that they had in a while, as they're able to go back downfield. Firefox sweeping in with the help of Vault. Looks like they're going to overlap, unfortunately, but able to get it past the first attacker, PSG. The second one there followed up immediately as bumps again coming out. It seems to be every single time. As soon as you go for that shot, you got to follow up and take a demo on your way back before you can touch go.
2:44, approaching halftime. No points on the board. Noisy with a pass across to Vault. Now back up to Noisy, looking for this first goal. It's Fruity past 1. Firefox on the wall, wrap it back around. Vault up to Noisy, dropping it down, and they put it in. TBD gets the first goal of game 3. They avoid the clean sweep. PSG now having to play from behind.
Great job, Noisy, with the initial attack. Sets it up to clear it out. But the benefit after that is finding their teammates. That pass, shot, whatever you want to call it, was not on target. He finds his teammate, plays it right back down to him. And finally, TBD finds themselves on the board. A great start of confidence for them.
I'm very interested to see, does this change things? How do they play with the lead? How do they play now knowing it is possible to score on this European team? Farah in the air looking to tie it back up. You know PSG wants to finish this off right now. And again, the first tiebreaker is game differential. Every loss that PSG takes right now could be the difference between them making it or not making it tomorrow. So this sweep is the important thing they need to make things as difficult as possible for G2 later on. Vault puts it onto the wall. Noisy and Vault both think about it. Vault makes contact. So dropping down him. Dangerous back pass, but Fruity's got it. Now the drop back to Farah. He can take the shot and tie up the game. He does. Right, straight, and in. The team captain puts 1 on the board, and it's 1-all.
Just great play finding each other. That initial challenge from Firefox unfortunately goes straight up. Doesn't play a teammate. It just falls into the lap of Fruity, who had the initial clear. Allows him to pass it back to his teammate, and then right on back into the back of the net. Shawset again. Rather stellar style of scoring so far, whether it be up high off of kickoffs or just a long ball on target. Pace has been there as the follow-up at the bump on a play off the crossbar, but he follows it up and goes in. Fruity getting a little bit lucky on this one, but they're able to change the lead in just a matter of seconds.
A bit of a sloppy one, but they'll take those. 1:18 on the clock, and PSG has everything they need for the sweep of TBD. They won't get the perfect shutout, but they could definitely take the sweep still. Here in game 3. Ball rolls into an empty corner. It'll be Firefox who's there first, but being challenged by 2 PSG members. Ball tries to get it back out, and Firefox, an excellent touch into the midfield. Farah, Chaussette have it. Keep this one in the blue. Approaching the final minute. And needing this time just to tick all the way down. Firefox tries to get the touch. Fruity's got it. Is it behind Vault? No, he's got it back into the midfield. Fruity could possibly get this to Farah, but he's just struggling to gain control. Chaussette comes crashing in. Here comes Farah for the extra shot, though. This nail in the coffin, the clincher. 47 seconds left, they're up by 2.
Just really good play, all initiated by Chaussette on the very right corner before that even develops. His initial challenge, low on boost, doesn't know what to do. He actually delays his challenge so that ball, when it hits him, least angular resistance goes straight across. He denies the initial clear, and then the follow-up is there. Obviously, Fruity doing a miraculous job trying to recover on that one. He's dribbling backwards pretty much, just making sure he's staying in front of it. Ends up working out. And then the demo comes through. Just everything trying to be thought of here. As a mistake in front of the net, Chaussette's going to squeak another one. Now the floodgates are pretty much open at this point.
Absolutely running away with it. Farah able to put it onto the hood of Firefox, and Chaussette will seal the deal. 3-goal lead now with 30 seconds. 3-goal lead's difficult to deal with when you've got 3 minutes to work with. Right now, TBD would have to do the unthinkable to stay alive here. PSG looking to secure exactly what they need to give themselves the best chance of playing on Sunday. Farah and Fruity working together. Trying to make it happen. PSG with the shot, another one in. 12 seconds left, it's all done. Calling the dogs, put out the fire. PSG gonna be at 2-2. G2, all the weight's gonna be on them, all eyes, to see if they can get to 2-2 as well. So if TSM takes the victory, it'll be TSM, PSG, and NRG tomorrow.
Still 12 seconds left. The big thing to look forward to is for PSG. A couple of the other bounties possible to claim. Obviously trying to get the goal.
If they get one more goal, the bounty right now is tied at 5 across a bunch of teams.
Obviously all not over yet. Unfortunately, that's not on the mind. They just want the win. The last player is going to sit on back. So PSG with a clean 3-0 over TBD. TBD unfortunately not able to play spoiler, but they do get the experience of coming to WSOE. Unfortunately, their bout is over.